Surprise, it's me again. I know I did the intro last week, and it should be Jason's week. But Jason asked if I could do a solid and take the intro over this week, and possibly next week, and just going forward altogether. And of course, like any great friend, I said yeah. I mean, why not? And then I did what every guy does whenever he finds out that his prize horse isn't performing as well. I took Jason out in the back and I shot him. The good news is, after 40 episodes, we have enough of his voice to really get the AI train working, and I think you're not going to notice a difference in the upcoming episodes. Welcome to You've Got Mails. Hello, Jason.
Shh. You had me at hello, CJ. Welcome to You've Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ. And on today's episode, if you couldn't guess, we're talking about 1996's Jerry Maguire.
Fucking A, we are.
Yeah, we are.
I've been excited. I watched this 4 days ago.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it the whole damn time.
Really?
Should be thinking about important things. Work, bills. I'm thinking about a movie from 1996.
I saw that shit. You've seen this before, right?
I know I had. I didn't remember dick all about it.
I saw it back when this movie came out in 1996. I know I saw it around the time it came out. I may have even seen it in theaters. I'm not sure. I don't think I've watched it since. And I did not remember a lot of this movie. This is probably the most quotable movie that we'll ever do. So many iconic parts of this movie that you know.
For sure.
It doesn't...
There are quotes in this that would be the premium quotes of other movies that are just stepped over in this movie.
Yeah, don't shoplift the pootie.
Yeah, I mean...
That's my favorite one.
Hot damn, are you Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, there's so much good stuff in this, just quotability-wise. But yeah, I didn't remember much of this. There was a lot, I want to say less romance than I thought.
There's a lot of bromance.
There's a lot of bromance, there's a lot of football, a lot of sports. This...
I was okay with all of this.
I was too, which makes me kind of question now if this is a chick flick. I think it is. I think at the time this was a big romance. But I think this was the kind of movie that they put just enough romance in it so that you could take the girlfriend to see it and get your sports fix too.
See,
or vice
I thought
versa.
they put just as much bromance in it to be able to take your boyfriend to go see it.
So I think it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah.
I think, whoever wanted to see this movie, the other person was appeased enough.
I could say it's a romance movie. Whether you're romancing a woman or your best buddy.
It's a bad romance is what it is.
What?
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Oh, they got married for insurance.
Welcome to America.
I don't think that's a good reason to get... And also, it was her own... All right, we're going to talk about this movie. I do have a lot of issues with this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Not enough Regina King, right?
Not enough Regina King, God bless her. But no, just this whole... There's a lot of bad decisions made in this movie. And this is one of those movies where I don't know that they should have ended up together.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm going to convince you by the time this is all over.
That little kid needed a dad.
He did. I feel like maybe Renee Zellweger should have just given up her son to Tom Cruise and then just went on and lived her best life, and then him and the kid could have lived together.
I don't know how to say this the right way. I don't know if Renee Zellweger needed a husband. I really think she just needed laid. And she kind of makes that sentiment a few times during this movie.
She wanted a father figure for that little boy. They made that very clear.
I don't know. There was a few times where she looked like she was just looking to get down and then call it. And then she fell in love immediately.
He didn't shoplift the pootie. It was given to him.
Yes.
Freely. All right, let's talk about it. So this movie starts out, I gotta say what you want about Tom Cruise. The guy's kind of a nut job.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, God damn it, if he isn't just motivational in a way. He is so intense. So this movie starts out with him giving this monologue over a myriad of scenes.
Over the Who's Magic Bus.
Yeah, the music in this is great.
I've always talked about my top 5. The Who's up in that top 5.
Are they really?
Oh, absolutely.
But this movie is great. I will say Cameron Crowe does great music in his movies.
Oh, yeah.
But Tom Cruise is giving this speech about how America runs the world, and America's kind of the epicenter for pop culture, and has its finger on the pulse of what's going on and what's cool. And he's talking about what he does for a living, he's a sports agent. We get clips of all these young athletes, and he's giving the rundown on each one of them. This guy's a great baseball player. We get our first look at Jerry O'Connell.
This movie is stacked.
There's cameos in this movie that last 2 seconds, and I'm that's a big name actor, and they're barely in the movie. But Jerry O'Connell, he plays a pretty pivotal role in the movie at one point. He's a college athlete who's going out for the NFL draft, and these are all clients of Jerry's. Jerry Maguire is a sports agent.
He's a super agent.
He is, and you can tell he's good at his job. He's like a shark. Like he's like one of these. There's kind of problem I have with this movie. It's hard to knowing what I know. Like if you're not a sports person, maybe it works for you. But knowing how most of these agents are, it's hard to be real sympathetic to this guy throughout this movie.
Well, that's the whole thing.
He's kind of cutthroat.
He has like a bad case of food poisoning and a little bit of heartburn, and he decides to change his whole life and burn it all down and be a good person.
But he immediately regrets it. But so what I was trying to say was like just this like over this narration by Tom Cruise like got me fired up.
Oh yeah,
like
man.
He's got like a lot of intensity when he talks, and he's motivational. Like I feel like this guy'd be a great motivational speaker. Like he could get you going.
You should try Scientology.
I don't think that's going to happen. But we find out that he works for a company called SMI, which is Sports Management International, and he kind of gives this. He's kind of saying how the business has changed. There's a lot of like questionable things where at one point he's kind of standing next to one of his clients and they're grilling him. Was the girl 16 or 17? And Jerry's like, you know what? All we know for sure is this guy here is a hell of a football player. And I was like, you fucking sleazeball.
Yeah.
But, he's talking about how, now, he's more or less, diffusing all these horrible situations that are going on in sports. And these people are kind of becoming, less athletes and more just, problems and just celebrities. But it's not what it used to be. When he got into the business, this isn't how it was.
Yeah, he used to be able to just pay people off and nobody knew.
Yeah, you weren't dealing with all the scandals and things like that. They would also get a scene where this player, if he's a football player or a hockey player, I don't know.
He's a hockey player.
He's a hockey
concussion?
Player. Yes.
Yes.
So he's in a hospital room with his wife and child, and Jerry's at the foot of the bed, and this guy's a concussion. And they finally get him to wake up, and he's telling the doctor, hey, I got to play in this next game. I've got a bonus coming if I play in so many games, and I got to play in this game. And Jerry's like, oh, we'll get you to play. We'll get you to play. He goes out in the hallway, and this kid's son follows him. Did you know who the son was?
No.
That's Drake Bell. That's young Drake Bell from Drake and Josh, the Quiet on Set Nickelodeon documentary.
Yeah, okay.
He's the main focal point of
that kid.
Yeah. And he pretty much
calls him an asshole, or
he tells him, he says, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
yeah. So he's.
I mean, this is when I wrote that. I was like, "Oh, he is a shitheel. He's a bad."
Yeah,
guy.
this kid boned up on his CTE reading, somewhere, and he's like, "My dad, if he plays again, he could be in some serious trouble."
Another before Will Smith was teaching us about CTE.
Yeah. Another Scientologist, I believe.
Also, somebody that gives people CTE.
Yes, he says, "If my dad plays, this could seriously ruin him," and. Jerry Maguire just kind of glosses him.
He's looking at his phone or his beeper while he's telling the kid, "Oh yeah, your dad's fine."
He said, "Your dad's a great player. He'll be fine." And the kid's like, "Fuck you," and just walks away. And then turns around and flips him the bird too, on his way out. So that night, Tom Cruise is in a hotel and he has this crisis of conscience where. What am I doing? I am a bad person. It's more about the money now and not about the personal relationships with the players. It's not how I was brought into this business. It's not what my mentor taught me to do. It was all about, the people. Working with the people and doing what was right for them. And we've kind of gotten away from that. So he types up this mission statement.
It's a manifesto.
It really is. It really a manifesto.
Is.
But he says, he's like, I don't know if I was having a mental breakdown or a mental breakthrough. And he types up this big manifesto, this big mission statement to give to the company he works at, kind of saying we need less clients, less money, more personal relationships.
Yeah, he's writing this as if he's not one of the people that will get cut when they have less money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a 25-page mission statement, he says. So he types this thing up, and then we get, which I'm pretty sure is written into all of Tom Cruise's contracts, him running in the rain. Mm-hmm. Sprinting down the sidewalk in the rain to get to a Kinko's. And he gets copies made and gets the cover letter. Another cameo that you may not have noticed. Do you know who the guy was that was working at the Kinko's?
No.
That was Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains.
Holy shit, it was, wasn't it?
It really was. He had been in Singles with Cameron Crowe. Cameron Crowe directed that movie.
He was just fitting all of his buddies in.
Yeah, and I guess he called him in for that. So he gets everything typed up, and I guess he must fax it to the office because he's still not there yet. And he immediately has this oh shit moment. He wakes up in the morning in a cold sweat, and calls the office, and he's like, "Did that memo go out?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Fuck me."
Do you want a little unsolicited advice, everybody? It's okay to have these feelings where you're just going to go against your entire ethos. Go ahead, write it down. Do whatever you need, then just throw it in a drawer. You don't need to. The same thing happened last week before sunrise.
Yeah.
She writes a story about murdering her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. and ends up like almost going to jail over it. Just get this stuff out of your system and then shelf it somewhere. Don't go to Kinko's at 3 a.m. and have it printed up and give it to everybody in the damn company.
And along with that advice, like I think this goes for anything that like leaves your mind that goes out into public consumption. Even like text messages that you may send to someone or like a company email. Before you hit that send button, you think about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You read it, you reread it, you look for typos even. You just make sure like how this is going to land.
You should have heard the bestiality jokes I took out of last week's podcast.
That's why we do these a week in advance, so CJ has time to edit out all the horrible things that we say. But he gets to the office expecting the worst because he sent this thing out and he's freaking out. And he walks into like a big round of applause. Like everybody in the office stands up, claps for him. But we also get another small cameo. Donald Logue and Jay Moore. And well, Jay Moore actually plays a pretty big role in this, but Donald Logue is just like one of the agents at the agency and like barely has any screen time.
Fucking love that guy.
I do too. But this is his second appearance on the podcast.
Yeah.
But he kind of leans over to one of the other guys. He goes, "How long do you give him?" Like basically they think this is like a death sentence for Jerry that he sent this out, but everybody appreciates what he did. And like, they probably all kind of agree with it to an extent, but they all know it's not how the business goes.
This is the way it should be, but we're also going to go make money. So
yeah,
fuck that way.
Exactly. So, all appearances kind of suggest that everybody really liked what he had to say, and he's kind of puffed up. He's not as upset that he sent it anymore. He's like, all right, I did what I wanted to do. Like, it was well received. Let's see where it goes from here. Next scene is he's on an airplane. They're heading to like a press junket for the NFL. And he's sitting next to this female reporter, I guess. Or maybe she works for the NFL. I'm not sure.
I got the vibe she was a reporter.
Okay. And she's kind of just talking to Jerry. They get sat next to each other. And he's telling this story about how he met the woman he's engaged to. And how not how he met her, but how he asked her to marry him. And it really is just like a really not a great engagement story.
It's very loud.
It's very loud to the point that he's in first class. We get to meet Renee Zellweger, who plays Dorothy.
Yes.
Who is in second class. And she can hear all of this.
And she gives us the first of many, many powerful sploosh faces.
Oh, she splooshes hard for Jerry.
Yeah.
But, she's in the seat several rows back in a different class altogether. And she's listening to this story. And it's like kind of like a pretentious, like a rich guy. Like, it's not a relatable engagement story. And she's looking at this like, oh, I wish this was me. Like, how can I find a guy?
She almost falls into the aisle.
Yeah, how can I find a guy like this? We also meet her son, played by Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yes.
The cutest little fucking kid I've ever seen. Like, this kid is adorable.
He looks like a cartoon character.
He does. He doesn't even look real.
I wrote, like, the first note I have on him is, the proportions of this child are all wrong.
That human head weighs at least 13 pounds.
Damn it, you beat my joke.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we find out that this kid is like a mess. Like, he's allergic to whatever blanket that they gave him. He's like throwing up in a vomit bag. He's sneezing everywhere. This is kind of like our introduction to Dorothy and her son. And she's an accountant for SMI. Why she was on this plane with her son going to a junket as well is beyond me.
Yeah, what did she bring her son for?
I don't know, because she clearly has a nanny and a sister that she lives with that could have watched this kid. But I'm not sure why. Au pair. Or child care technician, I believe he also calls himself. So I'm not really sure why she had the kid with her. I mean, she sees, she listens in on this story, and you can tell she's kind of longing for a relationship. And she works with Jerry. We actually see whenever he walks into the office to the round of applause, she's actually in the background of one of the scenes. Like, she stands up and claps too.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I caught her this time around. I don't know if I saw it 20-some years ago, but I noticed it on this viewing. So cut to her at the baggage claim, and she cannot find her son. She lost her son somehow. She hasn't picked up her luggage yet. She's had nothing. All she's done is get off the plane and walk into the terminal, and this kid is gone.
That Cinnabon was calling.
So she is just screaming out for her son. Ray is his name. And Jerry happens to see her and walks over and asks her if she's okay. And he knows her. Like, she's like, oh, I work in your office. He's like, oh, yeah, Dorothy, you sit by the window. You've got a cubicle. Like, he's aware of her.
Yeah. He, like, names stuff that's happening in her cubicle life.
Yeah, which she splooshes again, just the fact that this guy even knows who she is.
If we handed out fucking awards, she takes it.
She takes the splooshy.
She gets the splooshy.
The 2024 Splooshy Awards. She gets the one for most splooshes.
Best. The best quality.
And
quantity and quality.
Yeah, best and most sploosh. Bring your raincoats, everybody. There's a sploosh happening left and right. All right. So he comes over and he's like, well, what is wrong? Because he sees she's frantic and like screaming. She's like, well, I lost my son. And she's like, well, can you come with me and we'll go to security and like get them to look for him? And he's like, sure, but let's say hi to this curious gentleman over here first. And here comes adorable ass Jonathan Lipnicki riding the baggage carousel, high-fiving everybody as they go by. So she brings him over and they kind of talk, and that's about it. I mean, it's like a nice moment where the kid kind of like holds Jerry's hand and holds her hand, and he's swinging around, and that's pretty much all you get out of this scene. Just the fact that they know each other and work together. It's kind of what set
they get a good rapport.
Is what set this up. She also tells him that she liked his mission statement. And as he offers to get her a ride home, and she says, oh, no, my sister's coming to get me. Don't worry about it. And as he walks away, she makes a comment like, wow, whoever snagged that guy must be some classy lady. Cut to gratuitous sex scene between Tom Cruise and the late Kelly Preston.
Oh, she's passed.
She has passed. That was John Travolta's wife.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she passed away.
Well, she gave it her all in this scene.
She gave it. She was actually really good in this movie for the little bit she's in. She's actually probably one of the funniest parts.
She seems like, honestly, like just a wild person to be around, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, no, she seemed like she was a good time. But like, no, it is just like a serious like sex fest scene, and I really like this line because she was like, "Do not ever stop banging me," and he's like, "I'm gonna have to stop at some point." Like very deadpan and serious. He's like, I can't do this much longer.
We are doing it standing up.
Against the wall. Like I'm in a bookcase here. It's gonna have to end at some point. But after they finish having sex, she gives him like this real weird. She's like, if you ever want me to be with another woman, I'll do it for you. I'm not really into that sort of thing. It was just a phase in college. And I'm like, this was not a phase. No. You seem pretty on board for all of this.
I'm not gay, but...
And then she's like,
I'm going to get into some things.
And then she's like, I'm going to go have some fruit. And just walks away. And we get a scene of them just eating a bowl of fruit together naked at the kitchen table. And she says something to him about, don't forget you've got like the bachelor party coming up. So, another weird cameo. He walks into the bachelor party. Eric Stoltz is there for about 30 seconds.
Like the mask guy?
Yes.
Holy
He's
shit.
like the redhead guy that like first greets him when he walks into
I caught him and I was like, this guy looks so odd that he's got to be somebody. And I never looked it up.
Yeah, it was Eric Stoltz. Like just for literally a 30-second cameo. Not even. Like he has one line.
I believe you could call him Marty McFly.
He almost was. So he walks into this bachelor party. They play him the weirdest like video that I've ever seen.
I'd be upset if you played this at my bachelor party.
Did you have any kind of like introspective moment?
They were like, "You're gonna get married. Let's give you an existential crisis to take you down the aisle."
I had an existential crisis because I'm like, what would this video look like for me? So they get like every woman he's ever dated to just like talk about him. They interview him, and they're all just talking mad shit. Like at first, it's real nice. Like they're like, "Oh, he's a sweet guy," and then they're like, "He can't be alone. He has intimacy issues. Like, he won't tell you he loves you. He can't love you. He just doesn't."
Keep saying he can't be alone.
Yeah, he just can't be alone. He can't be alone.
Mine would just be a bunch of women be like, he eats fried chicken in bed. He eats fried chicken in bed. Why does he eat so much fried chicken in bed? Gravy stains on the pillows.
Which they hammer it into your head that this guy can't be alone. And I'm like, okay, here's his arc. He's going to get over this. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. Another cameo. Did you notice any of the women in the video that may have been famous?
No.
Lucy Liu is one of the ex-girlfriends in the video.
Wow, Cameron Crowe knows how to pull strings,
He
man.
had so many people in this movie. And you can tell he's just super awkward and uncomfortable in this whole thing, which he should be. I mean, this was not a great idea for a bachelor party.
No.
And everybody's just laughing at his expense. And he's just standing there like, God damn it. Like, these people aren't my friends.
I would never, ever want anybody on this planet to interview a bunch of my ex-girlfriends at one time.
No. God, no.
That's hell. That's terrible.
Yeah, CJ McDermott, this is your life.
Yeah.
Get ready to have it ruined.
At some point, one of you two ruined each other's lives.
Yeah. From here, we got to the office, and we get our first appearance from our girl, Regina King.
Yeah.
Regina King plays Rod Tidwell's wife, who is like one of Jerry's clients.
Bringing in another adorable kid that is a human wrecking ball.
This kid is a menace. So Jerry walks in and she's in his office, and her kid has a baseball bat and is just smashing everything in his office, just beating the shit.
Everything's got a signature on it. Yeah, everything looks expensive.
It's like trophies, awards, sporting memorabilia. He's just running roughshod through that place. And she's kind of just there on behalf of her husband, who's one of Jerry's clients. He's an NFL player. And they're waiting on a deal. Like his contract is up. He's in the last year of his contract. They're looking to get paid because he's a good player, according to everything you hear.
He's a good player.
He is a good
We're
player.
going to get to this later.
Yeah, he is a good player. And, she's just there basically busting Jerry's balls. Like, we need the deal. We need the money. Like, you need to get this done.
She didn't have a lot in this movie, but this is my favorite role that she's been in yet.
With what she does, like, there's some scenes towards the end where, like, she's tugging on my heartstrings. Like, she's so good in this.
You can hand that woman fucking matchsticks. She's bringing you the bridge back. Like, she is...
Yeah.
She can build with anything.
Yeah, she's fantastic in this. And then we get Jay Moore, like, character. He plays Bob Sugar, which is just, like, it's a name you want to hate, I feel like. Like, he's not supposed to be a likable guy, and for some reason...
The most punchable human being I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, for some reason the name Bob Sugar made my skin crawl. But he kind of pokes his head in and says hi to everybody, and Rod Tidwell's wife, like, haven't you been calling my house? And he, like, hurries up and, like, pokes his head out, and he's like, Jerry, lunch later? And just kind of runs away. So you're already like, this guy's been calling Jerry's clients. Like, it's kind of shitty. You can tell. We cut to a scene of them having lunch in a crowded restaurant. And Bob Sugar is there to fire Jerry.
Who is his mentor as well.
Which is weird. Like, why would you send the guy, like, that's below him to fire him? Like, who's the boss of this place?
Well, and also, like, who gets off this much on firing somebody? Like, this guy is your biggest moneymaker at your company. And you now got to let him go.
A lot of this movie didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because, yes, he wrote the mission statement, and he's saying, like, less money, less clients. They're clearly not going to follow through with it.
Absolutely not. They did not print this in ESPN or something.
Yeah, and Jerry Maguire seems to be pretty goddamn good at his job. He has 72 clients. He just seems like he knows the business. Like, he knows what he's doing. They make this guy out to be a competent sports agent. Like, one of the best,
Yeah.
So why the fuck are they firing him? It didn't make any sense.
You could turn around and just say, yep, we do follow all those codes. Nobody's going to pay attention.
Yeah. So Jerry kind of figures out, well, it's not hard to figure out because he tells him flat out, I'm firing you. And he's like, oh, I see. Like, crowded restaurant, don't want me to cause a scene. Like, it's all like a bad breakup is what it is. And this next part didn't make any sense to me either. What happens if you get fired at an office job?
The security comes in, they take your ass the fuck out of there.
First of all, they weren't even at the office. But somehow Jerry just, like, gets up, leaves the table, goes back to the office.
He's going to close out that day.
Goes in.
What the hell?
Asks his secretary for his phone book with all of his numbers. Locks himself in his office. And then calls, like, all 72 of his clients.
She's loyal to literally the bitter end. Like, because this ends pretty bitterly at the end of the day.
Until the who's coming with me part comes up.
She's like, I'm still on the clock, but I'm going to help you steal as many clients from this company as possible.
Yeah, so he gets in his office and, like, we get this, like, I actually like this scene a lot where he's calling all the different clients, like, trying to convince them to go with him. And then you also get Bob Sugar on the phone with all of his clients saying, like, oh, we don't know what happened. He had a mental breakdown. I think it's alcohol. He might be on drugs. Like, just talking a bunch of shit on him. And he finally gets on the phone with Rod Tidwell, who played by Cuba Gooding Jr. Outstanding in this movie. He won an Oscar for this movie.
This might be my favorite movie with him since Boat Trip.
It's the second Boat Trip reference on this podcast.
It's a great movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Never seen it. But he gets on the phone with Rod, and Rod is just, like, walking through his house, and he's like, I need money, Jerry. Like, you're not really working for me here. Like, you want me to stay with you, but, like, I don't have any money. I've got an ant problem. He shows, like, ants walking up and down.
Yeah.
He goes up into his brother's room who lives with him, TP.
His brother's amazing.
Yeah, his brother. And he's like, there's a flood in TP's room. You see water rolling down the walls and everything.
He's got this shirt on, the do not arrest this man shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
so Jerry Maguire, like, finally convinces him, and this is where we get the show me the money.
Yeah.
That's what Rod tells Jerry. He's like, I need you to show me the money. That's my mantra. That's what words we live by in this house. And he's just got Jerry, like, screaming stuff on the phone. Well, everyone assumedly knows he's been fired at this point. They're all just kind of milling around the outside of the office. And it looks from the outside like this guy's having a complete mental breakdown.
But yet he's still in there.
Yeah, no one's removed him. No one seems to care. They don't have security there to, like, escort him out. Finally, like, he basically loses every client except for Rod. Because he's on the phone with Rod for so long. He doesn't have Cush yet.
No, he doesn't have Cush?
Doesn't have Cush yet. He's got Rod, and that's pretty much it, because he was stuck on the phone with Rod for so long that you can see he has all these, like, lights on his phone, like people on hold, and they go out, like, one by one by one.
Yeah.
And he's, like, stuck on the phone with Rod. So he gets up, and he gathers his things, he finally leaves the office, and he gives us the old, like, and everybody thinks I'm going to freak out.
Stolen directly from Half Baked.
I don't believe so.
No.
He steals the goldfish. Like he walks out and he like sees the fish tank.
That is a humongous dick move. I don't care, man. If you're gonna walk out of a place, you're like taking the fucking fish. Like that is baller right there.
Takes the fish and then he gives the famous "Who's coming with me" line.
Yeah. So he takes a blonde too.
Yeah, but everybody is like not saying a word, and then little Renee Zellweger is like, "I'll go," and I'm like, "You have a son
who is absolutely medical dependent.
Yeah,
like, you need
like
insurance.
you don't have any like you cannot leave your job for this man because you splooshed in an airport." But she gets up and goes with him.
You read a little bit of his like fucking Entourage fan fiction, and now you're ready to upend your life for this man.
Yeah, loves the manifesto so much that she thinks this guy's such a great vision that she goes with him. They're leaving in the elevator, and there's like a deaf couple that gets on the elevator with them, and they're embracing, and you can tell they're very like lovey-dovey, smoochy, kissy stuff. And they sign.
Yeah, they almost got pregnant in that fucking elevator. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, she signed something. He signed something to her, and as they get off, Jerry's like, "I wonder what they said." And Dorothy knows sign language somehow, and she's like, "Oh, he said that she completes him." Save that for later.
Oh,
so they
that's where I splooshed.
Yeah, they leave the office, and Jerry's like, "Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna be great. Like things are gonna be great." And she does ask, like, "Do you have health benefits?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll take care of all that. It'll be fine."
You notice, like, during the elevator scene, for some reason, there's a heartbeat. Like, as they're going down there, it's like thump, thump.
No.
Thump, thump. Like, it's the elevator making this noise, but it is in a perfect rhythm of a heartbeat.
I didn't even notice.
Down. Yeah, it's very distracting.
We cut to a scene at Dorothy's home where she lives with her sister, played by Bonnie Hunt. It was great in this.
Yet another, just knocking it out of the park. Like, they got together. What was that hockey team from the 80s that won all the gold medals?
The Miracle on Ice team?
They got the Miracle on Ice team of fucking cast on this movie.
So many people in this fucking movie. But they're having like a divorced women's group at this house, which appears to be happening every single night because there's not a time they're at this house that these divorced women are not meeting. I kind of think they might all live there, but I'm not sure.
She's running a wayward home.
Yeah, for divorced women. And, the divorced women's meet group is happening. Dorothy's in the kitchen with her sister, and she's like telling her, she left her job. And Bonnie Hunt is saying everything I'm saying. Like, you left your job. You have no insurance now. This is not a sure thing. This guy basically went crazy and quit, and you've decided to follow him. Bonnie Hunt, the voice of reason throughout this entire movie. Now, so they have a little discussion.
Yeah, she's a great sister.
She is a good sister. She's talking perfect sense. Dorothy decides to put Ray to bed. Next scene, we see Jerry and his fiance together. She's like, "You're not a loser. Everything's going to be fine. You just need to get like the one big client. You need to get Cush," Jerry O'Connell's character. And he's like, "You're right. If I get Cush, everything's going to be fine. Like, you get the one big fish and everybody follows." So we get a scene of Jerry visiting Cush's home. And his dad, played by Beau Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah. The goalie from this.
One after another.
Yeah.
The goalie on my Miracle on Ice acting team.
Yeah. So Beau Bridges is the dad, and he's kind of dealing with Jerry on his son's behalf. And he tells him, like, "Jerry, we're sticking with you. Like, you haven't led us wrong. Everything's great. You've got my word, but I'm not going to sign anything."
I wrote down immediately, "This guy's word is trash."
Yeah. He's like, "My word's as strong as oak." And I was like, no. You sign something.
Yeah.
And also, like, you've already been dealing with them. How is there not already, like, an agreement on paper? Like, that should be, like, business 101. You get that shit in writing. You do not.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we know where that's going. So Jerry leaves the house, and, he's excited because he's got Cush now. So, everything's going great. He calls Dorothy and tells her, like, everything's going great. Like, everything's going to be fine. Like, we got the big guy. Like, we're great. We're good to go.
We'll build from here.
Yeah. So he calls Rod too, and the draft is coming up, the NFL draft. So he wants Rod to go to the draft with him. And
Rod wants deals. He wants Nike and Reebok.
Yeah, and he's also trying to get like a new contract with the Cardinals. He plays for the Arizona
so
Cardinals.
they're like, well, let's put you in front of some people.
Yeah, so he decides to go there. We get a scene of Dorothy and Ray dropping Jerry off at the airport to go to the draft. And this is where we get the human head weighs 8 pounds scene.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Lipnicki, him and Tom Cruise have great chemistry. I feel like.
Oh, totally. This was to me, it was like another romance of this story.
This is like,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's a
you can see he falls in love with this kid immediately.
Yeah, like the father figure, the son needs a dad, and Jerry takes to the kid like pretty easily.
Yeah.
So they drop him off. They see a family hugging, as Jerry gets out of the car and walks past them, and Dorothy sees.
Did you catch who these people were?
I saw it on IMDb. I saw.
Oh, these were actually people. I was just gonna fuck with you. Who are they?
Oh, you know, really?
No. I thought you. I was just joking because apparently everybody in this movie's somebody.
They kind of are. So Dorothy sees this dad coming home from whatever flight he was on, and he hugs the kid, kisses the kid, embraces the wife, gives her a kiss, and you kind of see she like longingly wants this for her and Ray.
Yet
like
again,
dad
another
figure.
Oscar level splooshing.
Yeah. But who these people are were the stand-ins for Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger, and Jonathan Lipnicki.
Oh.
But they put him in this scene, so they actually have a scene in the movie. They weren't anybody famous, per se, but they were someone.
I thought you were going to be like, they were the parents from the movie Hook.
No,
how would you know?
It's a fun little tidbit.
That's cool, though. I like that.
Yeah, so we get to the draft, and Jerry is pretty much paying all the attention to Cush. Like, you can tell Rod is upset about it.
I mean, Rod's kind of an old horse at this point. Like, he sees value in Rod, but Rod is
so Rod
supposedly
says,
past his
Rod says he's at the end of like a 5-year deal. His shelf life in the NFL is about 10 years. He's like an over-the-middle receiver, so like he takes a lot of hits, a lot of beating.
Yes.
So like this is his chance to set himself up for life, is to get a big contract now, because he doesn't have a lot of time left.
Mm-hmm.
But, you can tell Rod's upset at the relationship that Cush and Jerry have, because Jerry's all about Cush, because he's like the young up-and-comer. He's going to get him the big bucks, right? But they finally part ways, Cush and Jerry, and he takes Rod. He's like, let's go walk the floor.
Yes.
And I'm going to get you in front of some people. And he does. He does a great job. He kind of takes him through, introduces him to a bunch of coaches. There's like a who's who.
Let's talk
of like
about
NFL
something
players.
Here. Oh yeah, there's a million like NFL great cameos. But let's talk about something here. The first people he talks to, I had to write this down. He goes, "I want you to meet Rod. Last year he had 110 receptions for 15,050 yards."
That's ridiculous. He says that.
This guy, everybody in the room should know who Rod is.
Yeah.
Rod should be coming in on a Nike tank, like through a wall, and just shooting shoes at people out of the fucking tank.
I get the feeling maybe Cameron Crowe's not a big football
I
guy.
had to Google this. This movie came out in 1996. Do you know who the actual top receiver for the NFL was in 1996?
I'm going to say Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Hall of Fame Jerry Rice.
Look at me.
Had 108 receptions for 1,254 yards.
Yeah.
So this guy
Was better than Jerry Rice.
was crushing Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
So, like, it blew me away when he said that. Everybody was like, who the fuck is Rod? From the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Like from the minor leagues?
I didn't catch any of that. But yeah, there's like a ton of, like, if you're a sports person, like, you're going to see so many faces in this that you recognize. Even just like sportscasters and like things like the first people.
Yeah, totally.
Like he introduces him to Mel Kiper, is the guy that they first introduced him to. If you ever watched the NFL around draft time, this is the guy who makes the mock drafts. Like that's
okay.
He built his career on mock drafts.
He's like the Nate Silver 538 of drafting.
Yeah, like this guy is the guy when it comes to draft time. Like you see his face everywhere. And then you see like Michael Irving is in this, Warren Moon at one point, Troy Aikman, John Elway, like just all these big sports names from the 90s. I don't know what kind of strings they had to pull, but this movie, just based on the cast alone, seems like it would have had to have cost a ton of money.
I think a lot of these people probably just wanted to be in a movie real quick.
You might be right.
You know, get like whatever minimum is for the day.
But I also think you don't see a lot of movies where actual NFL teams are name dropped or used. Like they don't really put their...
This is true.
So I wonder if it was just a deal with the NFL, like they wanted to be a part of the movie and then just kind of lent out their players for it. But, he walks Rod, he takes him on some radio shows, everything goes really good. And he actually tells him when they get done, he's like, you were really good out there, like maybe some more of that. Because we've come to find out that Rod's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Like he feels, which after the stats you've given me and no one knows who he is, I'd be fucking pissed off too. and feel disrespect.
But I mean, with stats like that, like we're in Pittsburgh, we just went through Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot of shit if you're good at football.
Yeah.
And like... that just proves it right there.
Yeah, but I still feel like I understand why he's upset, because he's being overlooked at this point. But he tells him, like, maybe glad hand a little bit. Don't be so standoffish. Like, talk to the media. Get yourself out there. Like,
Yeah.
You attract more...
he's obviously got personality.
Yeah, you attract more bees with honey than you do vinegar, whatever the fuck that saying is. But yeah, so
you attract more bees with 110 receptions in a year.
Yeah. So he parts ways with Rod and he goes up to Cush's room two teams were in the running for Cush to draft number one. It was San Diego and Denver. And they really wanted him to go to Denver. Jerry comes up and kind of tells them, hey, like it's looking like it might be San Diego. They want to trade up for him. They're a little upset about it. And then the phone starts ringing. And Cush has been complaining because like the phone hasn't stopped ringing. It's just media asking questions. Yeah. And Jerry's like, let me handle this one. So he picks up the phone. He does his best Cush impression. And Bob Sugar's on the other line. And Bob thinks it's Cush. And he's like, hey, if Jerry's there, just like sniff into the phone or whatever. And he gives him a... And he tells him like, hey, I got Denver on the phone. Like, deal's done. Don't worry about it. Jerry confronts Papa Cush about this. And he's just kind of like, sorry, man. Like, no deal. Nothing was in writing. So Jerry gets screwed over at this point. So from here, Jerry goes and seeks out his fiance, who I think she must work for the NFL or something. Because she shows up at some of the games later on. And like, she's at the draft.
Seems like she's either in press or she's trying to... Or she works with the draft, like with the NFL itself.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, was that maybe she's with the NFL. Because later we see her with one of the coaches. But he tells her that they lost Cush, and she's kind of shitty to him. And I thought she was going to break up with him, but he kind of is like, this isn't really going to work. Like, because she's being kind of shitty. And then she assaults him.
Yeah, she does.
Punches him in the face, knees him in the stomach, and drops him to the floor, and then leaves. Next scene is him and Rod on the plane going home, and Rod is just like riding Jerry, like, you got to get me the money, like, I don't care, like, get out of your funk, like, I need you to be there for me.
This is a bender that Jerry goes on. I mean, he's flying across the country, never takes his sunglasses off, and it just has a drink in his hand the entire time.
He does. And when he gets home, because Jerry doesn't like to be alone, he calls Dorothy up and wants to come over and visit. And so Dorothy tells her sister, like, he's coming here. And she's like, why? And she's like, we just broke up with his... No, she doesn't know that he broke up with his fiancée, because she's like, he's engaged. It's fine. Like, he just wants to come. You know, he had a bad time because he lost Cush, and he just wants to come over and kind of, like, hang out. Jerry gets there fucking plastered. She brings him in, sits him down in the living room, goes to make, like, something to eat for them and, like, get some...
For, like, a couple hours, it seems like. I mean, like, 2 scenes go by while she's in the other room.
Yeah, he's just left alone. Ray comes out, like, sneaks out of bed, and this is like a real cute scene too. I really liked all the scenes between like Jerry and Ray.
Oh yeah,
they're talking about their dads at one point. Like, Jerry's like, my dad worked at the same place for all these years, and finally when they like let him go, he's like, I wish they would have gave me a more comfortable chair. And then Ray's like, my dad died. Like, yeah. Jerry's like, oh, I'm talking about my dad.
He does say that.
He does. He's kind of a dick. And Ray just keeps talking about going to the zoo. Like, I want to go to the zoo. And Jerry's like, the fucking zoo's closed, Ray. And the cute little gentleman is like, you said fuck. Like, in the cutest little voice. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then Dorothy comes back out, and Ray like sneaks away because he's not supposed to be awake at that point. And then, like, Tom Cruise is like, she's talking about the mission statement about how much it inspired her, and like, he's going to be okay. Like, things are going to be okay.
But to go to my earlier point, I mean, while she's making this turkey sandwich, she's looking for like a sexier shirt to put on. Like, she's looking for this dude.
Yeah, like she's into Jerry. And then she finds out that like his fiance and him broke up literally hours ago. This is not the best time to try to get in a relationship with somebody at all.
Yeah, great time to get laid though. And I'm telling you.
So Jerry is like in the living room with a fire poker, just swinging it around like a maniac.
Is this where he keeps busting his head off the light?
He does.
How do they have to prove that Tom Cruise is over 6 foot?
You know, they lowered that lamp so that he'd hit his head on it.
They had to, right? Like, he was like, no, make me look tall. Have me keep hitting my head off of the ceiling.
I didn't think about what's that move, but that had to have just been like a make me look taller kind of move.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
He's got to have clauses in all of his contracts. 1, run in the rain. 2, make me look taller. 3, make me look straight.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's his like entire MO.
There's a great story I read online where like Cuba Gooding Jr. brought his dad on set, and his dad was just like met Tom Cruise and was like, all right, so love with me. You gay or what? Cuba Gooding Jr. was like, oh my God.
Fucking A.
And I'd like take his dad, like reprimand him basically. But Jerry Maguire is just like swinging this fire poker, and he's so intense. And I'm just like, this is probably what Tom Cruise is like in real life. Like, just unhinged maniac all the time. Dorothy decides she's going to call him a cab and get him home. And he just like goes all in and tries to make out with her. and grope her as well.
Oh, he throws a hand all the way on.
Yeah, like he's getting to second base, like with Dorothy, whether she likes it or not, and immediately like apologizes for it, and they make a Clarence Thomas reference, which was like,
very timely back in the day. Also, kind of timely again.
Yeah, not a little bit.
Speaking of terrible things to do to women's bodies, I mean, boom, there he is back in the news.
But she also says like, well, maybe I won't sue you. Like she's kind of still flirting. Like, she's okay with the fact that he made a move. But he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. I should have done that. Gets in the cab, and he tells her, like, everything's going to be fine. Like, he's back on board. Like, they're going to be okay. Like, he's got Rod. Going to get Rod a big contract. All I've got is Rod. Like, we're going to make this work.
I would have loved it. I don't know why I thought of this when he got in the cab. If the guy's like, where are we heading? He's like, the fucking zoo. And they just peeled out of there.
Ray's just in the window like, I wanted to go to the zoo. This guy's an asshole. We get more scene with Jerry and Rod. They're in the Cardinals dressing room, like locker room. Cuba Gooding Jr. naked the entire time.
Yeah, well, a lot of nudity.
Yeah, there's a lot of man ass in this movie. But they're in like a Cardinals locker room and they're talking, and it basically just more of Rod just riding Jerry. Like, you're supposed to be my guy. Like, you got to get me my money. Show me the money. Another iconic line, like Jerry's like, help me, help you. Like, quit being such an asshole.
Yes.
Like, be a little more personable. And they never really set this up, but Cuban Jr.'s like, I don't dance. I'm not dancing for anybody. Like, I feel like they want him to be more of an entertainer. Like, he wants him to be more likable, have more fun on the field. Like, he's very much just like down to business. Like, I catch the football, I come back, I catch the football again, I come back.
Meanwhile, in his personal life, he's like the most entertaining person in this movie.
Yeah, he really is. But, they get in this fight almost, but it just ends with, like, Jerry being frustrated and Rod's just still yelling, show me the money. Like, get me that money.
These are like bro fights.
Yeah, they are.
These are total guy fights where you're just like, fuck you, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. We get a scene where Jerry comes into their little office and Dorothy hands him the financials of the business and kind of explains to him, like, we have no money. Like, you've lost all the, like, we don't have anything. We're like, and she's talking about, like, maybe I should, like, do something else. Like, she's had job offers in San Diego to be an accountant.
I'm cutting my kids' pills in half.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Still no insurance. And, they're talking, and Jerry's like, oh, well, I'll make this right. Like, we'll get some stuff. We'll get, like, a deal going with some kind of, like, advertising deal with Rod or something. Like, we'll make it work. He's always just, we'll make it work. They decide they're going to go out for dinner, oddly enough. Like, this was out of nowhere. He's apologizing for the other night and, like, flirting with her. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, we grab dinner together. Later on that night, he shows up at the house. Again, there's a divorced women's group happening. And she comes out, like, dressed to the nines. Like, hair's done, makeup's done.
She's ready.
Like, this is a date for her.
Yeah.
Like, she was, this is not a boss employee dinner. This is a date. And he kind of sees this and he's like, well, I'm way underdressed. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And then Ray comes out and gives Jerry, like, a big hug. And this whole scene, like, Tom Cruise does not look like he knows how to hug a child at all.
No.
It was the most awkward hug. And I was like, I don't think this is for the movie. I think this is just how Tom Cruise expresses emotion. He doesn't know how to hug anyone.
I mean, this kid's proportions are so weird. How do you even touch him?
He's about the same height as Tom Cruise, though. Should have been easier. But his
arms are short, his legs are long, his head's gigantic. Like, what the hell is going on with this child?
I know the feeling. Ray gives him a kiss on the cheek, and this, like, melts Dorothy. It's sploosh again. And she even says to her sister, she's like, he's never kissed another man before on the cheek like that. Like, he's never, this is my baby daddy right here. Like, it's happening. So they go out to dinner.
Wait, this is also where we get to meet the au pair.
A child care technician. Who is, I had to bring him up because he's also a two-timer on this show. What else was he in?
He played the exact same character in High Fidelity.
Oh, yeah.
He's the exact same guy.
He's the guy that works at the record store that ends up
I'm pretty sure
dating Sarah Gilbert.
This movie to go work on High Fidelity. Because he didn't even change his clothes.
Like handing out, like, jazz tapes and, like, teaching the kid about jazz and, like, weird music. Fuck. I didn't even realize that was him.
Like, some of the best typecasting I've ever seen because he plays the character perfectly.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was him. But they got to dinner, and, like, on multiple occasions, I feel like Jerry Maguire is, like, making it a point that, like, this is not really a date. Like, they come over and they're like, something for the lovebirds. He's like, I'm actually her boss. Like, we work together. It
would have been great if they were like, our buddy Clarence over there.
Yeah, but the date ends, and they end up back on the front porch, and just start going at it. Like, he starts undressing her on the porch. It was very awkward. And they start making out, and she invites him in. But then there's, like, a weird part where, like, before they actually have sex, like, everyone is made aware of the fact that they're going to have sex.
Yeah.
Like, the nanny comes out, and he's, like, talking to him about it.
He gives him a jazz tape.
Gives him a jazz tape for dooring it. And then they just have sex in the house where, like, presumably everyone can hear just, like, really bad jazz
music. We know
music.
now that Jonathan Lipnicki doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
And Sis is just in the kitchen burning one and eating some leftovers.
Yeah.
And smiling.
Yeah, just having a good old time. Next morning, she's asking her how the date went, and she's like, I love him. I'm in love with this man. I love him. You've barely spent any time with this man. I'm sorry. Like, this relationship to me is ridiculous. Like, how can you love this guy after sharing, like, 15 minutes of screen time together?
Meanwhile, he's in the hallway listening.
Yeah, he hears all this, comes out, shares a bowl of breakfast with the boy. And it's just, like, like, she just keeps looking at him like he's so good with the kid. Like, he's so sweet with my son. Like, this is the guy for me.
There were times in this movie where I felt like he was just with her in order to be a father. Did you get that vibe?
Yes.
Like, he wanted to be a father.
He
to
loves
this
the kid more than he loves her.
Yes.
100%. I'm telling you, these two shouldn't be together.
But he should get the kid the divorce.
Yeah. So we get an interaction between Jerry and the Cardinals coach, where he's, like, talking to him about making the deal. He tells him to meet him for dinner, stands him up. But did you notice who the Cardinals coach was?
No.
It's Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
What the fuck, really?
Yes! I know. If you could see CJ
They
right
should
now.
have got Joe Walsh.
He's just bewildered.
Yeah, they should have got Joe Walsh. He'd be like, I don't know, man. We're gonna give him what we give him, man. Like, he's gonna get it, He'll get the money.
That's a pretty good Joe Walsh.
I'd try.
but yeah, so
I've been high as shit before. I know how Joe Walsh works.
But finally, like, Jerry comes into the office one day, and Dorothy tells him, "Oh, hey, the coach, he called. He said the deal's coming across soon. He says you'll be glad about the deal." So we get a scene of everybody kind of waiting around the fax machine. You got Rod Tidwell, his wife Regina King, Dorothy, and Jerry.
It's a great scene.
Get
them all together.
Yeah, it is a really good scene. And the deal comes across, and it's garbage. He's not happy. Regina King has one of the best lines. She's like, "Why don't you get your dick out of my ass?" I'm sorry, I'm a little bit pregnant right now. But she's mad.
Second movie that she's amazingly pregnant in, too.
Yeah, but she's freaking out, and then Dorothy finally steps up and starts yelling about how Jerry's broke and, like, doesn't have, like, anything, and he's doing this basically for free, and, like, you're his only client, and he's, like, taking such good care of you. And it kind of I don't want to say guilt trips Rod, but I think it hits a nerve for Rod where he's like, this guy is doing this for me. Like, he's in it for me. Like, he is at this point.
Regina King's like, great, now we're just a house filled with poor people.
Yeah. But she tells, Regina King, his wife tells him, like, don't sign anything. Play out your deal. Play great. And then go into free agency and make the money. And Jerry tells him, like, this is a big risk because if you get hurt, there won't be another deal and you're just done. And Cuba Gooding says, I want you to bet on me like I bet on you. And so that's kind of the thing. They're just going to ride it out and see what happens. And at this point, I was like, something really bad is going to happen to Rod. Because I couldn't remember how this movie ended or what happened. I thought for sure Rod was going to, like, fucking lose a leg or something. So in the meantime, like, just to try to make ends meet, Jerry gets Rod a commercial deal for a car dealership where he has to ride a camel. And it doesn't go well.
Rod don't dance.
Rod don't dance and Rod don't ride camels.
Yeah.
But so they end up, like, walking off the set. And at this point, they kind of start talking about Jerry and Dorothy's relationship. And Rod's trying to give him advice. Like, it's like, have you ever dated a single mother before? Like, they don't date. Like, you're in it. Like, she wants a man. Like, she wants a husband. Like, she's not dating you. Like, she loves you. Like, if she's with you, she loves you. And he's like, do you love her? And Jerry's kind of like, oh, I really like her. I like the kid. He's like, you guys got to have a conversation about this soon. Because, and that's when he pops out the line. He's like, did you shoplift the pootie? And Tom Cruise like, I did not shoplift the pootie. I might have shoplifted the pootie.
What a great line.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm completely out of place in this movie, and I loved it.
Yeah. So at this point, like, he goes back home, and Dorothy tells him that, like, she can't keep working for him because he can't afford her. And she's taking a job in San Diego, and she's going to move. So they're packing up the car. Jerry has, like, the saddest goodbye with Ray. Like, he tries to say goodbye, and Ray is just like, just go. and his cute little adorable like lip Nicky voice. And
They're putting seatbelts around his skull to keep him in that fucking U-Haul van.
Jerry is like, well, what if, hypothetically, I was to ask you to marry me right now? And that would help us cut down on expenses. You could get insurance through me. We could live together and like save on housing expenses. I'm like, this is
Sploosh.
no, this is the worst reason to get married. From here, we got right to the wedding. Like they wasted no time.
Yep.
So they have what appears to be a backyard wedding. Rod is singing "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye in front of a mariachi band.
Very poorly. Yes.
Yeah, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And Rod actually says to Jerry at one point, like, if you fuck this up, I'll kill you. Like, you shouldn't have married this woman. And he's like, I told you to have the talk, and instead you just married her.
No, he doesn't say, okay. Bonnie Hunt says that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right. They're in the kitchen, and she's like, you fuck this up, and I will kill you.
My notes are kind of jumbled. I thought that was Rod. In the house, on the exact same day as the wedding, they decided to watch the wedding video.
Weird play.
Which I thought was a weird choice.
I can tell you what, I for my first anniversary, I put together, I got all the digital photos, had them all printed up, put a wedding album together. Me and my wife looked at it. It's in the closet over there. We haven't looked at it since.
Maybe like
nobody actually watches fucking wedding videos.
Maybe in like 10, 20 years.
Like, the only time you watch a wedding video is when the marriage is over.
Listen, God forbid Trista's ever in an accident and gets amnesia. I want you to remember that wedding video is in there. And don't act like a dumbass.
Well,
when
we
she's
just
like,
have an album.
Well, whatever.
But, yeah,
just don't be a dumbass when she's like, I need proof that we were married. And you're like, I don't know what to do. I want to make sure you know that album's in there.
Good point.
So it's good to have as a backup. So they get married. They watch the video, and like all throughout the videos, there's all these close-ups of Jerry's face, and he looks so uncomfortable and unhappy that he's getting married. And Rod's kind of watching this, and this is when Rod's like, "Did you have the talk? Like, you didn't have the talk, did you? Like, this was a move, I guess. Like, just go ahead and get married." And he's clearly against it, but you know, whatever. They did it for the insurance. From here, we just get a bunch of Rod playing football. A lot of football games. Him just tearing it up, like he's like the talk of the league right now.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah. There is a point, like, after one of the games, Rod calls Jerry out on the marriage again, and Jerry's like, I married her because she was loyal. A terrible reason to fucking marry
Best scene in the movie. Is this the nighttime scene where they're walking and talking?
Yeah.
Best scene in the movie.
And they're arguing, and then Jerry calls out Rod for being selfish and telling him, like, you know, all you talk about is, like, well, this guy didn't throw the ball far enough, or, like, this is the reason I didn't get this, and this is the reason I didn't get this. And they have a little friend implosion. Like, they separate. They walk on different sides of the street, and like they're done. Like Rod's like pretty much like, I'm done with you, and Jerry's like, whatever, fuck you.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, Jerry's still traveling all the games. We get like basically a montage of Dorothy and Ray at home with Jerry not there, Jerry traveling. They're not seeing each other. Like it's just kind of a strained relationship, you can tell. And they have like another scene where they're all out to dinner together. They get the four of them together again, and this was just so awkward. Rod and his wife are like so in love and just calling each other baby and kissing and basically making out at the table. And this is like Jerry does like this forced thing where he takes her hand and kisses her hand and like kisses her on the forehead, like trying to keep up with like the romance, and it's just not there. And then Regina King goes into labor. So they rush out of the restaurant. Next scene is like they're at home in bed and like they're about to have like a talk. You can tell things are kind of tense. And she's even like saying like, I don't know how to read you. I don't know what any of the noises you make mean, because she's like, what are you thinking? Which is like my least favorite question. What are you thinking right now? And he's like,
yeah.
Which is a normal
like,
reaction.
why don't we eat grilled cheese with wedding soup instead of tomato soup?
Ladies, like CJ's hitting the nail on the head here. If you're ever with a man and you guys are dating and you're just like sitting around in silence and you ask him, what are you thinking about? I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, the answer is literally nothing. Like, sometimes I just sit and think about nothing.
My wife will think that I am on some sort of emotional roller coaster on the other end of the couch. I'm literally thinking, like, I could have made a better Jurassic Park 3. It's been fucking 15 years since that movie came out, and I'm still like, come on, man. Like, we could have got fucking Ian Malcolm back. Like,
It's some of the most random bullshit. And it's stuff we don't want to tell you because it's embarrassing what we think about. Like, it's nothing we want to talk about. It's just our own little stupid ideas. Like, there's like literally like a hamster on a wheel running in my head most days.
Seriously.
Like, don't ask me.
There are times where I have to be smart. I'm asked to be smart, and I will do my best to be smart. The rest of the time, I don't want to be.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to.
I don't want to pretend. I don't want to try. I just want to blank out.
I just want to think about nothing. But they're about to have a conversation, and Ray walks in and wants to get in the bed, and Dorothy's like, no. but Jerry's like, yeah, get in here. Like, basically to, like, stop the conversation from happening because he doesn't want to do it. Next day, though, they have the conversation, and Dorothy kind of tells him, which I didn't like this either. She was like, I took advantage of you, she says. And then she's like, I thought I loved us enough for the both of us. I'm like, that's not how that fucking works. And first of all, you didn't take advantage of him in any way.
He's your boss.
Yeah, he's like, if anything, he's taken so much advantage of you. Like, he took you away from your job, hasn't really paid you. But she basically says, like, we need to split up because, you know, this isn't working, obviously. Like, you don't want to be here. That's why you go on these road trips all the time and I don't hear from you because you want to be away from us. So they don't, like, divorce right that second, but you can tell, like, it's kind of implied that, like, you go away and because you have a trip you're going on. When you get back, we'll figure it out, but we're pretty much done. We get, like, the big game. We find out the Cardinals haven't been to the playoffs in, like, 21 years. If they win the game on Monday Night Football and the following game, they're in the playoff. And Rod Tillman is the story of the season. He's tearing it up.
They're playing against Denver?
Cowboys. Playing against the Cowboys, yeah.
Troy Aikman.
Emmitt Smith, yeah. We get all those guys. Deion Sanders walks by the camera at one point. Yeah. This was, like, when the Cowboys were, like, 4 Super Bowls in, like, a couple years, like, not a couple, a few years. Like,
yeah, they beat us that
They were at the height. They were at the height. Yeah, fucking Neil O'Donnell. Don't get me started.
I know, man. It's all right, buddy.
Thank you. So, you know, last second catch by Rod seals the game, but he gets upended, like dumped on his head.
He gets
wrecked.
Oh, man. I was waiting for the wrestling announcers to come in and be like, he's dead. I swear to God, he's dead.
And he doesn't get up. Like, I couldn't for the life of me remember how this movie went, so I thought like something really bad had happened. Like, I'm assuming like Rod's career is over.
Here's the thing. If you're knocked unconscious and you're unconscious for more than 30 seconds, something bad has happened. Like, you have brain damage now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they really milk this scene, but this guy should not have gotten back up.
But Jerry's in the press box. He runs down to the field. Rod's wife is watching at home with all their family, so Jerry calls her. And this is a great performance from her again, where she's like, this guy is my life. Without him, like, my family doesn't work. Like, we need him. And, like, they think he's dead, pretty much. Like, no one knows what's going on, because he is unresponsive on the field. Finally, he comes to and, like, blinks and finally wakes up, and he's just like, let me enjoy this for a minute. Like, and then gets up and does the most insane celebration dance I have ever seen.
Yeah, this guy should be on a stretcher.
Yeah, he should be on a stretcher. And he also should have been flagged 7 times over for all the celebration he was doing.
Here's another little football thing that threw me off. There's a point which they show the score. There's like a minute and a half left in this game.
Oh, really?
Dallas is about to get the ball back with fucking Troy Aikman and Deion Sanders on the team. Like, they lost this game. Cardinals are not going to win this game.
They won because we find out they won.
In a real world scenario, Cardinals do not win that game.
But he gets up. Everybody's happy. We get a scene like back in the hallway, like after the game, where Rod's being interviewed by everybody, and he's telling Jerry like how he loves him. And we also get like the good fuck you scene to Bob Sugar, where he's actually with John Elway.
Yeah.
And Rod gives Jerry a big hug, and Elway's like, why don't we have that kind of relationship? And Bob Sugar goes in to hug him, and he's like, get away from me. He doesn't want anything to do with him.
Great.
But from there, like, Jerry has this epiphany. He had this big moment of success, and he doesn't have anybody to share it with. So we get another Tom Cruise running scene.
Through an airport?
There
you go.
He gets back home, and he walks into the house where the divorced woman's meeting is happening again. And he's like, I'm here looking for my wife. And he gives this big speech about how I realized that, like, you complete me from before.
Yeah.
I wanted to share this moment with you, and I couldn't. And she gives him the you had me at hello, and they embrace, and everything's all good.
They're just one-upping each other on the lines here.
Yeah. Well, we get one little scene of Rod on this TV show where it's like an interview show where they tell him he finally got his big contract. So
you think he would have been involved with that contract negotiation before it came in on a television show?
Yeah, it just comes in on a television show. They tell him he's making money. And he thanks Jerry and everybody on the TV. And then we get a scene of... they finally take Ray to the zoo.
About damn time.
Yeah, and they're walking through the park and everything's good, and a baseball gets hit over the fence, and Ray picks it up and launches the fucking thing, like, well over all the players, and Jerry's like, hey now. Like, this is something I
love this kid for a reason.
This is something I can work with. And Dorothy's like, no, don't do that. And then roll credits.
Yeah.
And that's that movie.
They showed Dickie Fox one more time. We
didn't talk about Dickie.
The fact Dickie Fox, who is that a real person?
No, it's not.
Okay,
no.
Who is his mentor? Who all throughout the movie gives these sage words of wisdom directly to the camera real quick.
Yeah, I didn't mention Dickie during this movie because he didn't need to fucking be in it. This movie's already 2.5 hours long. All he did was come in between scenes and like kind of tell you what Tom Cruise was experiencing at that moment in the film. And if you couldn't figure
I like
that
them,
out,
but I don't have any argument. You're right.
yeah, it was unnecessary. 2.5 hours is too long for a movie. I don't care what it is. Like, this movie could have been cut down a little bit, I feel like.
Okay.
But do you have any flowers for this, CJ? Would you like to give it any roses? Would you like to extend its contract and give it a nice big bonus?
I think this movie, like, I've seen a lot of the complaints is the amount of football in this movie. It's too much. I could have used more. Like, it was what dragged me in. I'm not even a huge football guy, but like, I don't know, mixing sports with a good love story it got me. I love that. Jonathan Lipnicki's doing well for himself.
Is he?
He's 33 years old.
What's he doing nowadays?
The girlfriend that I saw on IMDb, he looks like he's doing pretty well for himself.
Is he still acting?
He is still acting, and he's big into mixed martial arts, but he has no intention to go pro. He just likes to do it as a hobby because his father taught it. I know a lot of Lipnicki stats. I mean, I fell down a rabbit hole after watching this because I was like, whatever happened to this guy?
Yeah, I was curious too. I'm glad you did the legwork because I didn't.
But yeah, that's my flowers for this one.
Yeah, I think I touched on pretty much everything, like little tidbits that I had. I mean, so many cameos in this movie, it's ridiculous.
My God.
Every 2 seconds there's some famous person like, oh, I know that person. I know that person. So I like that. Yeah, I mean, I really got nothing. There was one that I saw that kind of made me sad, which it also kind of made me hate Cameron Crowe. He actually offered the role that went to Renee Zellweger to Janine Garofalo if she could lose weight.
Oh, that's kind of douchey.
It is. And
Actually, no. It's all the way douchey.
But then she lost the weight and then found out that they gave the part to somebody else.
Like, look,
Which I kind of hated that.
Renee Zellweger was the best person for this role, but why fuck with other people like that?
At the same time, like Cameron Crowe, like I'm glad he doesn't really make movies anymore. The last movie he made was, I don't know if you know about the movie Aloha.
No.
It starred Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. Actually, I probably should put it on the list because it probably is a rom-com of some kind. But they cast her.
Two would be like in
they
a romance
they
movie.
cast her as a native Hawaiian, Jennifer Lawrence. And I was like, that's
like native as in her white parents had a
she
baby
was supposed
in Hawaii,
to be. No,
or
she
native...
was supposed to be like half white and half native Hawaiian.
Oh yeah,
You give that part to a half native Hawaiian person in that case. But yeah, that movie bombed. Thankfully, that movie got so much backlash because of that, and that's really the last thing Cameron Crowe's
they
done.
did that in Mila Kunis did the same thing, but she doesn't look like Jennifer Lawrence. She looks like she might actually belong on the island of Hawaii.
Yeah, she's got a tan. She doesn't look like she was born to Irish potato farmers. Like she's fucking. But yeah, she's got a little bit of melanin. Like that's what are you gonna do? But yeah, so I mean, Cameron Crowe might be kind of a douche. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I got no argument for it. I mean, that's a real dick move.
Yeah, all right. Should we chick flick it to a dick flick it then?
Oh shit! I just looked at my list and I noticed that I never came up with one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
You go first.
All right, I will go first. So I got to pull this up. I actually want to give a little shout out to somebody this week.
Oh yeah,
our friend Liam from the Fright Pub podcast. He's been kind of like getting caught up on episodes, and he keeps reaching out to us with a lot of good like feedback. And just recently, he actually told us how much he appreciated our restraint because he would just probably make the sex scenes longer and just turn everyone into a porno. So in his honor, I've decided to chick flick it to a dick flick it by renaming this movie, not Jerry Maguire, but Harry Vagina. And I'm just making it a porno, like a straight up porn flick for you, Liam. Thanks for listening.
All right, I'm going to go the same route. We're going to go Jerry's Insider. I mean, I forgot to write one down, so.
I like yours better. All right. Well, there you go. So that's that.
That's love you, Liam.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. So from there, we Nick Cage this thing.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, please.
So I really wanted to make him Jerry O'Connell. Because one, Jerry O'Connell was like fucking 35 when they were shooting this movie. So it's already ridiculous that this guy's coming out of college.
Yeah.
So why not just have him be Nick Cage?
Yeah.
But I'd also like to see him as Troy Aikman at the end.
Like playing Troy Aikman or just playing a quarterback or what?
Playing Troy Aikman. Where he's just like, why don't we have a relationship like that? And he's like, give me a hug, Troy Aikman. He just keeps saying his name over and over again.
Just to beat it into your head.
Yeah. I want like greased back hair Nick Cage with the widow's peak and everything.
I would also love to see him as Jonathan Lipnicki's character. if he was just playing like a 5-year-old child.
It would be like, it's like watching Ghost Rider on Big Head mode.
Yeah. All right, so mine, a few things about this. First of all, this will be the closest I've ever been able to connect Nicolas Cage to one movie. It's also the most intimate. And I also feel a little bit bad about it.
I think I know right where you're going.
Kelly Preston, who played...
Not Bonnie Hunt. Okay.
Not Bonnie Hunt. Kelly Preston, who played the fiancé.
Yes.
Obviously married to John Travolta. John Travolta had been inside of her, presumably. John Travolta was in Face Off with Nicolas Cage.
Where he was sort of inside Nicolas Cage in a weird way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of
like, in a metaphorical sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Nicolas Cage turducken.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I feel a little bit bad about that one, but
my brain just reset.
Let's roll with it.
I like it.
All right, let's rate it. You want to go first?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Really?
Yeah, I really like this movie, man. This movie there wasn't a single bad character in it, or bad acting job in it. There were characters you wanted to hate, and the people making you hate them were so fucking good at it. I love this movie. I really did. It is not a perfect movie. I can't pretend that Tom Cruise is 6 foot tall and slamming his head off of parts of the ceiling. Like there was some absolute Cruise fuckery in this movie.
Yeah.
Probably before people knew about all the Cruise fuckery.
Yeah.
But like everybody in this was great. Not a single cast member walked away from this going, man, I wish I would have got more out of that. Like everybody went on and had great careers.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was 2.5 hours.
I did.
So you did. You're a busy man.
4.5.
Yeah.
So I like this movie. I do like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's super quotable. All the performances are great. I don't love the love story part of it. Like I said, I don't think these two should be together. You don't get married for insurance. You don't leave your job for this guy. Like it just seemed like Dorothy probably needed some therapy. Like they needed to look at why she felt the need to like follow this guy and like take care of him essentially, and why she liked him so much, because I couldn't really figure it out. I didn't get it. But overall, it's a good movie. Like I kind of would just want to see this as just like a straight up like I'm a sports agent without the romance. Like I could have done without that. I think that part didn't hit for me, but I do like this movie. It's a good time. So I'm gonna say 3.75.
Okay.
So it's a good time. Like I enjoyed it. Like if it was ever on TV as I was flipping through, I'd stop and watch it.
Totally.
I kind of think that makes the mark of at least a movie that like I think is good enough to warrant better than average score. So I think that's my answer.
Wonderful.
Shall we roll?
We shall.
Another movie. We are up to 193.
193. We're just going to keep going forever. We have number 74.
74, right in the middle, roughly. He's just not that into you.
He's just not that into you. That sounds familiar.
It sounds very familiar. You want to take a stab?
I'm going to think this is a movie I've seen.
Is this a McConaughey movie?
No.
No?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No. That's my McConaughey.
Oh, no, it's definitely not McConaughey. Boy, I don't know. Hey, Bradley Cooper.
All right.
Scarlett Johansson. Jennifer Aniston. Ben Affleck. Jennifer Connelly. Justin Long. Drew Barrymore.
I should know about this movie.
Goodness.
Who are our main stars? Any of those could have been the main two.
Yeah, it says Baltimore-based friends and lovers, all in their 20s and 30s, try to navigate their way through the complexities of modern relationships. It looks like Jennifer Aniston and Ben Affleck are our two big stars. That's who is... yeah, but there are a lot of people in that movie.
Okay, so we got an ensemble.
And Jennifer Goodwin, who I believe is from the TV show House.
She was on...
Am I wrong about that?
Jennifer Goodwin was on the Disney TV show where they did the...
Once Upon a Time?
Once Upon a Time.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. He's just not into you.
Wonderful.
Hopefully we'll be into it.
I like it.
All right. Well, until next time, everybody, as I always say, Like us and subscribe to us. Drop us a review. It would help us out. Maybe, we get enough people listen to this thing. We can monetize this bitch. Show us the money. Show us the money. I want to get that Quan. But yeah, do that. Check us out on Facebook. Like us. Follow us. Send us an email at you've.gotmails@yahoo. And until next time, stay romantic and don't be shitty to each other.
Yeah. Quan sounds like something you need to use a rag to get rid of.
Oh, I got the Quan on me.
Yeah.
Gross.